when you see these really high intense chase scenes, you don't know. I mean, listen, one of the coolest things, to your point, Nani, is the speeder bikes going over that cliff, the troop transport going over the cliff. That is insane. And the fact that Star Wars is getting to the point where they can show two of these speeders colliding, and then these scout troopers just explode like right in front of your eyes. That's insane. It really is.
Yet again, I just have to bring up, like, I'm a broken record. This is all done on the volume.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
And like
It's
just
nuts.
realizing that like all of this huge, like it felt like they were really like
outside.
It's massive.
Food, like all of this, the lava, like everything is all done inside, and it looks so real.
It does. It does. One of my favorite moments in that chase sequence, though, is when you think that they're free, right? The facility blows up, and the score drops out, and you just hear the troop transport, and you think they're free, but you hear the sound, the iconic sound of the TIE Fighter.
The TIE Fighter.
And you just see the look on all their faces. It's like, beautifully directed. Yeah, they're like, oh, heck no. Sorry, I don't want to. I'm trying to really restrain myself tonight.
And you're doing a magnificent job.
Yeah, 36 minutes in, I haven't dropped anything. I'm okay. But it's that TIE Fighter sound, and you see the reactions. I mean, once again, Carl Weathers really touched on. We talked about it last night. One of those Star Wars beats is when a ship blows up and you see the pilot kind of, and they blow up into sparks. I mean, he hit that beat in such a magical way. We didn't get a Wilhelm scream. These are original cockpit explosions, and it was just, I mean, marvelous. I'm getting excited again. I got goosebumps right now.
No, it's true, and it's what John was saying, I think, in Entertainment Weekly before the season dropped, is that, and it makes so much sense, I didn't even think about it, we didn't have to pay for startup this time. So every dollar and every cent ended up exactly where we wanted it, because we already built the thing. And it makes me think about, I mean, Maggie could probably speak to this well, with just industry experience, the way that it's going to change everything, that the Batman is already switching to a stagecraft model to help accommodate. Taika is going to bring it into Thor Love and Thunder. Like, what we're about to see is going to really
revolutionize,
change everything. And production designers and the Academy, in terms of television arts and sciences and Emmys and things like that, it's going to get, there's going to be like debates and discussions, because here's Favreau shrugging off a pandemic. Like, yeah, I got it. I could still do my thing.
I mean, that's the thing that I think is so fascinating about ILM, is the fact that, George created ILM with the money he made off the original Star Wars movies, because he was disappointed that he wasn't able to do a lot of the things that he envisioned because of the limits of technology in the 70s and 80s. And so to see that ILM has grown into this massive company that is revolutionizing the film industry and bringing all of these new technologies across all the, I mean, they're being used by everybody. It's not just a Disney Lucasfilm thing. Everybody uses ILM for their tech. And to see how this brainchild of George has really been able to create cinema the way that George was envisioning it in the 70s is just like just so surreal to see. And it's cool because you forget, like, you're watching it and you don't realize, you think you're really seeing it. And so I personally can't wait for the volume to be used on a feature-length film, and to hopefully maybe one day have cinemas back and to see that on the big screen, because it's going to be absolutely earth-shatteringly amazing, and we're not ready for it. Like, just the way that it can happen. So that's like, I have been singing the praises of ILM after reading that Toshin book last week, and just seeing how, like, what George envisioned is now happening in The Mandalorian. He's got the aliens and like the huge immersive feeling, and like you feel like you're in space. So
yes,
it's my tangent for tonight.
That's a good tangent.
It's a good one.
Has anyone, because this is my first chance to talk to four of you, have any of you like, has the volume ever crept into your mind as you've watched these episodes, or are you just fully enthralled in what you're watching? Does it ever register to you? Yeah,
a couple of times. There's been like scenes where I'm like, I can kind of tell that you're standing in front of something that's not really there. It was mostly, I think, in the last episode.
Okay,
just a couple of the horizon shots. I'm like, oh, that I can tell that this is the volume. But that was just so quick that it didn't bother me. It didn't ruin my enjoyment of the episode. I was just like, on a second, third viewing, I was like, oh, okay, that's the volume. but
Yeah, you start to see.
I mean, it's all the
scenes a little
volume,
bit.
but in that moment,
Okay.
Yeah,
I think it's very minimal. I think mostly it looks very real.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you feel like you're immersed in it more than ever before, I think. Because it doesn't look CGI'd. It doesn't look green screened. It holds up. I mean, you watch The Mandalorian season 1 all over again, and season 2 is doing an even better job of it, I think. And you feel like you're there all the time. It's very immersive, and it's fantastic. So like Maggie was saying, I can't wait to see it in cinemas and what it can do.
Oh my
I
god.
Absolutely.
can't wait for it to see it in the Obi-Wan Kenobi series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything. It's gonna be interesting. And yeah, I try to like let myself see the episode first as a fan. I don't try to analyze anything. I just like
Just
watch
enjoy
for the
it.
joy of it.
Yeah.
Yes,
Mhm.
exactly.
Yeah. Mhm.
Then I'll stop and pause and do it the next
Yeah.
time, and the third time I'm going for caps and stuff like that. But
Absolutely.
yeah,
I mean, you approach it the same way that I approach the movies. Is that I see them once for the reaction, the heart reaction, then another time and another time for the this is this, that is that, and breaking it down.
Yeah, Spice Den, I completely understand. Like, yeah, there are going to be some people who abuse it or don't use it right, and it's going to look cheap.
It's going to be 3D after Avatar.
It's just like everything else. It's like,
or is it going to be controlled? I mean, ILM.
I think ILM has control over how the volume is
Okay.
used. So it's their technicians that go and manage that for you. So until somebody does a knockoff of the volume at a lower budget, which I don't think they can because
with the patents,
they have the patent for it and all of that technology. Like I fully researched this.
Well, they have
really into it.
It's like
So,
I think that Favreau was saying like none of this is proprietary, but I think he's talking about game engine, like the actual.
Unreal.
Yeah, that isn't. But the actual.
But can you use it? Yeah, exactly.
And that's what I'm saying. I think that ILM will have full control over that, and studios will pay a premium to go there. Like they go to Skywalker Sound to get their product mixed, and they know they're going to get a fantastic product. So
and Weta and everything and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And it'll be interesting to see what the direction is in terms of Lucasfilm, because we know Obi-Wan's going to use it, but at the same time, Cassian, to my knowledge, will not be using it. At least not in totality.
What?
They have sets at Pinewood right now as we speak.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Really?
Okay.
They're at Pinewood. Yeah. But that doesn't mean that they haven't replicated the volume on a smaller
exactly. Yeah.
layer.
Or
Yeah,
they
'cause
might not. They might do some scenes.
They
might go back
started
to
that in
for some
Solo.
scenes.
I mean, so Rob Breedout talked about in Solo how they built the giant wall. So that was a precursor to the volume. And every time you're in the Falcon, they had all those projections come through, so you get the actual light on them. So who knows if they have something like that? The Cassian series, the Cassian series.
Not that I know of, but it's possible that they could have in this interim time.
Yeah.
Kevin Feige, he's like, can I get me one of those? Thanks.
Can I have one, please?
Right.
we have all these Marvel TV projects. Can I have a volume?
He's like,
That's the
this.
only reason I would say there might be,
Aww.
since they do have.
Can I have a volume, please?
Can I has volumes?
Can I have?
Oh, I'm hungry
So, yeah.
again.
You were totally gonna get a sugar rush, Chris.
Oh, I know. And
What
I'm,
is
too,
that, like your third one?
I'm too old, and it's gonna be, it's gonna wreak havoc on my body. Yeah. No, I'm no Baby Yoda anymore. But my teeth are blue.
So I saw
There you
someone
go.
on Twitter. They said like, pretty much this
Yeah.
is this is the show.
Yeah.
A
He's
dad
so
is trying his
happy.
hardest. Well, the son back
loving it.
there.
Okay, can we talk about how he's strapped in?
Yes, I was so
the
happy.
best.
Finally.
Mhm.
Also, does this imply, since he's no longer sitting in his booster seat, that he has grown past the booster seat and is now like a toddler that can be like strapped in?
The season 1, like we haven't seen the booster seat since season 1, so we don't know what happened to it.
Yeah, like maybe he grew out of it.
Not
Maybe. Or maybe that Mon Calamari
boy.
shyster mechanic took it,
That's the worst.
chucked it off the wharf there.
He snapped
Well,
it
and
over
the-
his knee and
The
put it on
death
the
of his
wall.
cradle too. I kind of miss the cradle. Like
I
the
do too.
cradle.
I miss
Yeah.
the pram. I miss the pram.
He got so adept at shutting off whenever he needed to. Like it was a skill how fast he was at like danger button
Right.
Yeah, he
covered.
needs to get a new one.
Go.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I just looked up the volume thing on ILM's website. There are 3 stages that they announced, a second one in Los Angeles and one in London, which will officially be finished February of 2021.
Perfect.
So
timing.
that's probably at Pinewood. And then I guess 2 in Los Angeles.
Wow.
So nothing in Atlanta.
Yay, more.
Oh,
more
they
volumes.
created. They also are working on a Fox Studios Australia one as well for Thor: Love and Thunder.
Oh, cannot wait for that film. Thank you for the reminder.